You're listening to the Business Wealth Impact Podcast, your source for empowering information and cutting-edge ideas from the world's top minds. I'm your host, Jeanne Amlour, founder of seven-figure coaching company, Jeanne Amlour International. Join me on a journey to unleash your potential and create your highest success. Welcome to Business Wealth Impact. Hello and welcome to Business Wealth Impact. We have some special guests here with an inaugural business makeover session. We have Chris and Shelly Maes from Fusion Regenerative Therapies in Orlando, Florida. It's a comprehensive functional medicine clinic focused on helping people heal the body with the body. Welcome, Chris and Shelly.
Yes. Thank you for having us on.
Not at all. Okay, so what we're going to do is with no further ado, we're going to dig into some things that aren't quite working the way that you want them to work to build your business. So why don't you tell me some things that aren't working and see how I can help you out here?
Yeah, well, as a chief practitioner, one of the treating practitioners is I don't have enough patients. I don't have enough clients and patients, for sure.
Okay, so not enough clients and patients. And then what else?
We have also struggled with some of our startup funding was done through credit card stacking. Mm-hmm. And over the course of time, through some various, mishaps that happen early in business, the credit cards have all gone to their higher interest rates. And now it is challenging to manage that debt load. So our expense in that regard is too high.
Okay, so we have not enough clients. Your credit debt is too high as far as paying interest, right? Okay, anything else?
Just productivity, the system, day-to-day productivity of the flow of the easeability of processing clients and patients through our systems, medical charting, payment, collections, ordering of prescriptions. It's just not fluid. And we don't have very many patients and clients, but we're working all day managing those clients because of our systems.
Right. So some productivity glitches there that need to be up-leveled. Okay. Anything else?
The last one we would say is just maybe not enough lead generation. Like we don't have an avenue to get our name out there, to receive more patients. Most of our business thus far has been just through our personal boots on the ground networking. And so there's not really a system in place that will help us get more patients or clients.
Okay. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through each of those and just help you out with each one of those as I can. Okay, so the not enough clients, we'll talk about that in a minute. So the credit debt. Now, funnily enough, when people have a lot of credit debt, now I'm not a credit specialist, but I did this myself to use other people's money. When I had credit debt and I never wanted to pay interest ever, that my whole thing was never lose money. Of course, we all lose money, but if you focus not on losing money, then it is not lose money. So a way to actually bring in money is to not lose money. I'll repeat that. A way to bring in money is not lose money. Because if you're earning a certain amount per month, and a lot of that is going to interest rates, what's the point? You're just like earning money to throw it down a drain. So if your credit is high enough, which I believe yours is, because you told me before and you'd hear on the show, but what you want to do is get 0% cards and shift as much of the debt to a 0% card as you can. There's a bunch of 0% cards. And you can just keep getting those. And basically you're piecemealing the debt to 0%. It actually helps your credit. And then you're still paying the monthly minimum, but you're not paying the interest rates, which is what you really are aiming to do is not get attached to your interest rates. And I've seen a lot of people talk about their credit card company like it's a friend. Well, I've been in that credit card company for years. So you're going to pay them interest because you've been with the credit card company for years. You need to ditch that attitude of any attachment to a company. They're there to take your money. That's what they do. That's why they're in the business. So you chunk off the can and credit is a very strange thing where you call one company and they say yes. You call another, they say no. Just keep calling till you can just chunk out the debt to as many 0% cards, and then you're just paying the minimum. However, you must pay that minimum every month or it jumps to a 22 or 25 or whatever it is, exorbitant rate. So that's the first thing, to try to get it, not even consolidate it. It's actually not consolidation. It's piecemealing it out to get 0 APR. And also you can try to get very low cost loans and piecemeal some of that. The idea is to attack it and take chunks out of it, not to consolidate. And you could try to consolidate. That might not work though. My thing is just like take the bull by the horns, call them up, move it, do the balance transfer. Usually it's 3%. That's a very low cost loan. Okay. So that's the first one. Do you think you could try to do that?
Yes, definitely. That will probably be me.
Okay.
I'll own that.
And then as you get them, it's a certain number of time or months that you can get another one. So they might not let you get one again. But if you have really good credit, it's astounding to me how many credit cards people can get. Okay, so that's the first one. Now, the other one you did mention before, we were chatting before, that you don't have an ideal location. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Well, there's good and bad in that because the rent's pretty low there, though, right?
It's very low.
Okay. So you have a low rent. Awesome. You have a low rent, which is really good because you're not bringing a lot of money in right now. Okay. Now, the ideal location may or may not be a problem. And if you had a more ideal location, you might not have more clients right now.
Right.
That's something people don't quite get. Just because you have a better location, if you're not doing your marketing, you might not have more clients. So it could be to your benefit that you have the cheaper place in a bad location or not ideal location. All right, let's talk about how we can create footfall for not an ideal location. I'm not sure this is going to work, but let's just talk about it a bit. Is there some way that you can put more signage downstairs?
Yeah, we could do more signage for sure. We've tried that before and it didn't work out.
I laughed because I was thinking of his initial attempt was, a big roadside flag. It was beautiful. Disappeared. So quickly. It was gone. But the idea is great.
You need to usually get permission from the community or the town. So look into applying for that so that it's not ripped off. So you actually you have permission. Okay.
Right.
That's one way, but may or may not make or break it. Okay. So let's get into the inconsistent systems part. All right. You do have a platform that you're using for systems, right?
We do.
No. Is it that you haven't taken time to learn the system? What's going on there?
So I think that is part of it, that we have not taken the time because we feel like we're constantly running with the business that we have, and we're a small business. It's mostly the two of us trying to serve our patients well, that we have not really taken the time to learn the system well, to use the things, to automate as much as we can. And I think that is definitely having a big impact.
Okay. One of your problems is you don't have enough clients. So if we try to get you more clients, a system that's broken is just going to be more broke. Okay.
Yeah. Right. Absolutely.
That's a great point. Yeah. Now's the time.
Right. So what you want to do is you want to consciously block time in your calendar. Block an hour a day to learn it. Okay.
Why are you pointing at me?
I've been begging for blocking sessions for days.
Okay, well, let's do it now. Are we going? Is it? What are you going to do with this intervention? Okay, so you're going to block it in your calendar so it just happens, and that's one of the biggest productivity tips I can give you is time blocking. You put it in your calendar and you honor it because it's not going to get any better. And if you do get more clients, that's awesome. How are you going to service them? You're just going to explode. Because you don't have that many clients and you're already. So you've got, and it's not about learning it in a day. It is about incremental, exponential growth with this. So block it in your calendar every day, no matter what, find that hour. Okay. Is that helpful?
Awesome. Yes. Love it.
So now we are setting ourselves up for success as far as creating a foundation for you to be able to bring more clients in, because psychologically you're might be, I'm not sure, but often people repel clients psychologically because they don't have a house to put them in. Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally.
They say create a space before so you can fill it. Your space has to be created so that there is space so you can, because I would be thinking, well, okay, I want more clients, but I can't bring them in, which might be happening a little bit. Okay, so you have this space. And the good thing is if you get more clients and you make more money, you can get a better location. So the location for now is not a problem because you don't want to get a higher rent when you're trying to cut your costs with the credit, right? So let's not go there. Now, not enough clients. Can you share with me how you're getting your current clients?
Yeah, we do health fairs. I'm pretty active, make a big presence in the bodybuilding space. In the professional fighter UFC space, we have a big gym a couple blocks down the road. I spend a lot of energy networking with those guys and setting up vendor booths at bodybuilding shows, triathlons, things like that, health fairs. It's really boots on the ground organically, just meeting people out in the public.
Okay. And how many networking events do you go to per week?
We probably do maybe a couple a month.
Oh, couple a month. Okay, you need to ramp that up.
Yeah.
If that's the boots on the ground, then a couple a month is not really there are not many boots on that ground. So you need to get your numbers up. If you're doing 2 a month, then you should actively go and do 2 a week, because then you'll be doing 4 times the amount of footfall as far as meeting people. It's all a numbers game in a way. So you want to do 2 a week. Okay. And because you
Yep.
don't have that much work there, you have time for this. So you're going to fix your systems. You're going to get out there more, because if that is your only avenue, then you have to do more of that. Does that make sense?
Oh, totally.
Right. So is there any way that both of you could split up and go to different networking events when you don't have actual patients there?
Yeah, we're doing that. We're in the corporate membership of a big gym chain, Crunch. And so one will go to one gym and one will go to the other gym, just to diversify
Okay.
the population.
All right. But you're only doing one. So if you both 2 a week, you would then have 4 a week. Then you'd have 16 instances where you could meet people. Okay.
I think that through our pre-discussions, I recognize that I can show up more in that way of networking and doing the same thing. Chris is really great at, talking to people very confidently, and they often will sign up to come in and talk to him, where I don't have as much success. So I think that's something that I need help learning.
Right.
And
You need to
seek
just
that.
do more of it. And he's great at it, but he just shared with me he's only doing 2 a month. So that's not enough. That is not somebody on fire out there really trying to get clients. If we're honest, two instances of being out there, that's not really the biggest effort you could make. Would we agree on that?
Yes, but I think that he's limiting how much he really does, because he talks about this business everywhere he goes to anyone he meets.
Okay, so he's good. That's wonderful. Okay, keep doing
Yeah.
that. And also do more actual places where you can
Yeah.
network. Okay, so
Yes.
that's lead generation in your own area. Now, I have an idea that you might not have thought about. Okay, and it's just an idea. You could create another whole online program where then you don't have to go out to get the clients. You could start another health program, which is not the actual coming in, where then you could create an organic marketing strategy to get people into an online program so that you're not just counting on local clients. Is that something you might want to consider?
Oh, totally. That would be high priority because of our location.
Right.
Telemedicine is definitely kind of what we're advocating for right now because of our location and our space and our bandwidth, because theoretically telemedicine we can do from anywhere.
Right. Or some sort of program. It could be an online
Yep.
coaching program
Yep.
of
Correct.
medicine.
Yep.
Okay. So that kind of covered everything. That is what I would do. So I would try to get to not pay as much interest. I would make the best of the location for the moment. I would get out there more formally and just make it, okay, we're going to do 2 each per week. That's that's 16 events, and really make a machine out of this and go for it. Okay. Do you have any questions about this? Was this helpful at all?
Yeah, I think this is really helpful. I love the focused kind of priorities of these are our marching steps. This is what we need to do next. Sometimes I think we get caught up in the day-to-day and just trying to serve people well, one by one, and we forget to look at our big picture systems. So this is very helpful. Thank you.
Awesome. No, and of course, it's really important to serve people, but you're in trouble here in the business. It's an emergency right now, as far as I see it. And Chris, what were you going to say?
I was just going to say, I find a lot of value in having mentors and coaches like yourself.
Mm,
You're a very good coach. You're very versed and professional and expert at your craft. I've been in so many words trying to suggest to Shelly to get more out there
mm.
and do the sales component. And it's tough when you work together. You're in the same space, but when it comes from a coach or a mentor, it falls a little bit differently. And she's motivated now to actually do that because of your coaching. So
Oh, that's awesome.
thank
Okay,
you so much.
you're welcome. Do you have any other questions before we close this session off?
I do not. Do
You've
you
been
have
great.
any others?
No, this has been very helpful.
Awesome. So check in with me and tell me how all that went. Okay, for everybody listening, this was the very first business makeover. If you have a business that's in trouble and needs some help, please reach out to us and see if it'd be a good fit for this special mini series that were created here on Business Wealth Impact to do business makeovers. Thank you so much, Chris and Shelly, for playing ball with me. And we'll see you on the next episode. And if you're liking this, please subscribe, share, and turn up and listen again. You're listening to the Business Wealth Impact Podcast, your source for empowering information and cutting-edge ideas from the world's top minds. I'm your host, Jeanne Amlour, founder of seven-figure coaching company, Jeanne Amlour International. Join me on a journey to unleash your potential and create your highest success. Welcome to Business Wealth Impact.